Now, brothers and sisters, we're going to begin with Leviticus 11 and 27. This is dealing with animals that goes upon his paws, like wild cats, things in that area. It says, Leviticus 11 and 27. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all fours. Now, I'm going to give you some images concerning this verse to clear up this verse. Whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whosoever touches the carcass shall be unclean until the evening. Now, animals that go upon paws, you think of a tiger comes to mind, brothers and sisters. We'll show you that. Don't worry, we will get understanding before this lesson is over. So a tiger that goes upon his paws, that's unclean. That is not to be eaten. It's non-kosher food. It doesn't pertain within the dietary law. So that's unclean. That goes upon his paws. A panther. Pretty sure you know how a panther look. A panther is actually a leopard, brothers and sisters. It just has dark spots. So a panther, that cannot be eaten, as you can see right there. A panther that goes upon all four in the paws. That's abomination. Leopard, which is also a leopard, is just a dark panther in the same family. That cannot be eaten, brothers and sisters. As you can see, that leopard. That's how a leopard looks. Has the spots on him. Now, leopards and cheetahs look synonymous, but they're different. I'll show you something else. A cheetah, that cannot be eaten. All these are basically animals that goes upon the paws, walk on all four. Let's go back to the verse, Leviticus 11 and 27. And whatsoever goeth upon the paws, claws, cats, among all manner of beasts that go on all fours, see the forelegs and the front legs and the back legs. As you can see, that goes on all fours concerning the Leviticus 11:27. Those are wild cats. So let's go back. That's a cheetah. You can always identify a cheetah by this streaks going down his eyes. Okay, that's how I always learn how to identify a cheetah. By the streaks going down his eyes. You can see those marks, those black marks going down his eyes. That's how you can tell a cheetah. He put you in the mind of a leopard, but that's the trademark to distinguish a cheetah from a leopard. He has those black marks going down his eyes, as you can see right there. That cannot be eaten. That's unclean. And we already know those Hamites be eating the hell out of some wild cats, man. And show you one more. That's a jaguar. This is a jaguar. Jaguar loves to climb trees, things of that nature. Usually they put you in the mind of a leopard as well, brothers and sisters. You see, that's a jaguar. They cannot be eaten, brothers and sisters. Unclean. So, quite sure I made my point by now. Let's go back to Leviticus 11 and 27. That's what it's elaborating on. Whatsoever that goes upon the paws among all manner of beasts that go on all fours, those are unclean to you. Whosoever touches the carcass shall be unclean until the evening. You will be unclean to a certain period of time if you touch their carcasses, even their dead carcasses. Leviticus 11 and 28. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. They are unclean unto you. So no, brothers and sisters, don't think about going catching no lion and cooking a lion. No, it's unclean. Alright? Bobcats, wildcats, they are foxes. They are unclean. Leviticus 11 and 29. These also shall be unclean to you among creeping things that creepeth upon the earth. The weasel and the mouse. The weasel and the mouse basically are rodents. Let me show you a weasel. Put you in the mind of a groundhog. I'll show you that right quick. A weasel. You can buy those at the pet shop, I believe. A weasel. You can see that. That's unclean, brothers and sisters. I think that you remember that movie called He-Man, Conan the Barbarian. I want to say it was one of those. It was out of He-Man and Conan the Barbarian when he had those two weasels as his pets. Those are unclean, brothers and sisters. You cannot eat that. It says also pertaining to Leviticus 11 and where we was at. Where did we pick out, brothers and sisters? 11 and 29. The weasel. We went over that. This is how he looks. Let's go back. It says the mouse. That's a rodent. All this is a rodent family. Weasels, mouse, squirrels. It's unclean. Abomination. Let's type in a mouse. That's self-explanatory. How many mouse have we saw in America? Mouse. See that? That's abomination. That's unclean, brothers and sisters. Who in the hell would want to consume a mouse? Ugh, nasty. So let's go back. Leviticus 11 and 29. We went over the weasel. We went over the mouse. The tortoise. That's a turtle, brothers and sisters. That's a cold-blooded animal. A tortoise is a turtle. The Bible just mentions it as a tortoise. No, put down your turtle soup. No turtle soup. No turtle stew. No turtle broth. None of that. Okay? You can't eat that. It's unclean. So, a tortoise is a turtle. That's a synonym for a turtle. As you can see right there. So, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that love this turtle stew, this turtle soup, is off limits. You see that right there. That cannot be consumed. Why? Because the Most High said it's abomination. Shall be unclean. All right. Leviticus 11 and 30. It says, and the ferret and the chameleon. What simply does the ferret look like? Let's type that in. I'm curious about that. The ferret. Let's type that in. Curiosity kills the cat. A ferret. Oh, okay. It put you in the mind of a weasel. As you can see, that's a ferret. That cannot be eaten, brothers and sisters. Abomination. The ferret also looks sort of like a possum. They put you in the mind of a possum. That cannot be eaten, brothers and sisters. All right. That's me, by the way. Gaining my spiritual powers. We're going to have that spiritual power, brothers and sisters. In the kingdom, you can rest assured. Back to the lesson. Leviticus 11 and 30. And the ferret and the chameleon. And the lizard and the snail and the mole. A chameleon. Let's type that in. A chameleon. Just giving you images of these animals because most of you may not know how they look. So, images always is the best teacher sometimes, brothers and sisters. A chameleon. That's a lizard, so to speak. See, that's nasty, man. Who would want who would want to eat something like that? Wow. That is despicable. Ugh. That's gross. You can't eat that, but I know those Hamites will. Okay, and those other Gentiles, they will eat them in a heartbeat, brothers and sisters. But that's a chameleon and a lizard. You know what a lizard looks like. They in the same family. And a snail. Okay, who would want to eat a snail, brothers and sisters? That just goes to show that there are Gentile nations out there that eat these type of animals. That's why the Most High gave us the dietary laws to separate us from those heathens. See, that's a snail. Ew. Oh, that's like a shell on snot. Oh, that's nasty. Who would want to eat that, brothers and sisters? So you can't eat that when it mentions snail, the mole. See what a mole is. Okay, let's type in that. A mole. All these are non-kosher foods. They're unclean animals. A mole. You see that? It's put you in the mind. It's like a. I guess they eat worms and things of that nature. I guess they are like subterraneous animals. Stays on the ground. That's a mole. And if you would go out in your yard, and oftentimes if you look down at the dirt, you'll see where you'll see sometime where moles have made trackings throughout the yard, man. And that can't not be eaten. That's disgusting, man. brothers and sisters. So Leviticus 11 and 31. These are unclean to you among all that creep whatsoever does touch them. When they be dead, they shall be unclean into the evening. Leviticus 11 and 32. And like I say, brothers and sisters, I just went over primarily half of this. You can read the rest on your own. I just giving you some examples of unclean animals not to eat, brothers and sisters. And look out for the next lesson I will be posted on the dietary law. It would be more of clean animals you can eat rather than just elaborating on unclean animals. That's within the next lesson. So just pretty gay. I kind of gave you a scenario on what to stay away from concerning the dietary laws and dealing with Leviticus the 11th chapter. So hope you brothers and sisters was blessed. Hope you receive edification on this lesson through the spirit and power of your heart by Shem Shai. And until next lesson, brothers and sisters, we want to say Shalom wa Barak, Akim Shalom wa Barak, Atwayim, and all pieces in glorification to Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.